Shalom. I'd like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makal Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to my Akim, who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we are the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. This is your brother Yakalia from the James Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is inspired by this video, and then another video, a situation that's going on, in America, okay? So, the first video says, Edomite seeks mercy. Now, the Edomites are these so-called white people. They rule this wicked kingdom today, and you know that they're the wicked, because first of all, in the book of Malachi, it says that, Malachi 1 and 4, I believe, that Esau is the border of wickedness, and these people, while they're in rulership, they don't push the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shemishai. They do the complete opposite, okay? Also, it says in Job chapter 9 verse 24 that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and these so-called white people, once again, the way that they rule, it is completely contrary to the ways of the Most High. In Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, and the people are mourning. Okay, so these Edomites are clearly in power, and they know deep down inside, their spirit is telling them that something's off, something's wrong. They're losing their power, man, and they can feel it. Okay, so let's let the video play.
I understand that in a few generations from now, people that look like me will serve your tribe.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because Africa. I know we have differences.
Right. Okay.
We have differences, but I see that. And I just want to ask you guys politely to not be as oppressive as we were. That's all I ask.
Whenever we had the rule,
You're right.
we're ruling over you.
That's
Right? Okay. Not to be oppressive as you were with us, as you see.
Now the thing is, if you guys are, I don't fucking blame you. Pardon the French.
Right? Okay.
All right, so the thing is that we are going to be as oppressive, but it's actually going to be way worse upon you, heathen man. All right, because the scriptures say, do unto him double, right? However, the things that you did to us unrighteously, the abominable acts that you committed upon our people, we're not going to do that unto you, man. But trust and best believe you are going to be dealt with righteously, okay, in captivity. It says in the book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. All right, here is the wisdom and patience of the saints. So it is going to be done as it is written, okay? And in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, I believe it says that we shall scourge our enemies. I believe it's 1,000 times more. All right. We are the Lord's holy chosen people, and Yahweh Shemishai has a severe judgment for you Edomites. Now, that's one thing. But here it is that you have one Edomite asking for mercy. You know what I'm saying? But here it is that we have a situation going on over there. This racist letter was sent to every black student and organization at UMass Amherst. So I believe that's University of Massachusetts, where my son is currently a senior studying architecture. A statement from NAACP GS is forthcoming to demand an immediate investigation and appropriate action. Now, let's get to it, all right? Because this is how the hatred of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, runs for our people, all right? It is very deep, and it goes all the way back to when Jacob and Esau were born, and Esau lost the blessing, and it was given unto Jacob. Now let's read this. I might have to do it like this. Salakio. All right. So it says, hello, black students of our campus. We are writing to you from a group sharing the sentiments of many students on campus of all races and creed except yours, to inform you what we think of the Negro / that lovely N-word you hate / African Americans on campus. We are naturally writing from a non-student account so that we are not victimized by the predictable cries of racism and not being inclusive. We expect the first thing you will do is cry to the administration and media. We look down upon you. We instantly know in all manners from your language, which most of you still speak in some broken form of Ebonics, or to ghetto speak, to where you're from, third world sewers in America bought and paid for by the US taxpayer, to how you live like hood rats, to how you appear fro hair, big lips, black skin. You are different. Regarding your intelligence, you are clearly stupid, and while not all students know the average IQ of a black person is 75, it is abundantly clear that you possess a lacking intelligence along with an elementary grasp of students that most of us learned in high school. Herein lays the problem with your presence at our college. You simply did not get here on merit. Believe it or not, students are not the only one who think this and know this. It is common fact that a black person can score hundreds of points lower on the SAT, but also professors and TAs. I'm sure you can see it in their faces and behavior towards you. The only reason 99% of black students are at UMass is because you are given an easy pass and institution. Not only do you lack intellectual chops, you never truly fit in with campus culture or any clique on campus, and the only reason we engage with you is out of fear of being called racist and your forced imposition. White people, Asians, Hispanics, almost none of us truly want to interact with you. Well, the Hispanics are the so-called Native American, Latinos, who are our people actually, okay? Northern Kingdom brothers. The entire history of black people in the US, unlike every other superior ethnic groups, literally every other single one, including Asians who are richer and more educated than whites in one of the imposition on our society. Every cry, every whine, every demand stems from a place of rejection. You must beg the rest of society to accept you and allow you in, because otherwise we would never interact with you. The natural inclination has not subsided. You people should seriously consider doing the human race a favor and getting sterilized. I'm not being facetious. You should consider undergoing a surgical procedure to remove your gonads, thereby sparing human race exposure to your DNA. The world will thank you. Thank you for reading our letter, UMass Coalition for a Better Society. And this is how these Edomites feel about us, and honestly, the other heathens as well, man. All right, but at the end of the day, what this shows is two things. One, the scriptures reign true, of course. The hatred that Esau Edom has for us, it is there. It has always been there, and it will always be there. And then the way that our people are looked down upon, that is based off of the curses that have been put upon our people, which is a sign unto our people to let us know that we truly are the Israelites and that we are the Lord's holy chosen people. And as such, we shall inherit all the things that are to come, and you heathen have no participation in any of the promises or the glory or anything like that. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 56. Verse 54, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So all nations come from Adam, but there is a specific chosen people that came out. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. So the world was made for the chosen people, who are the Israelites. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle. So the heathen nations, including the so-called white man, so-called Chinese, so-called Africans, the so-called Iranians and Arabs and all those people, man, they are likened unto spit in the eyes of the Most High, in the eyes of God, as you people want to identify him as, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. All right, so the Most High looks unto you, heathen, as spit. Okay? As in nothing. But let's go to the book of Ezekiel chapter 35, because you Edomites, you so-called white people, man, you're really delusional. All right? In the book of Obadiah, it says that the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. All right? Because you're in rulership, man. So your pride is peaking and you're completely delusional. But let's read the book of Ezekiel chapter 35. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against its riches, referring unto you so-called white people, you Edomites, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh. So these are the words of God unto you so-called white people. Let's continue. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the so-called blacks, as you want to call us, by the force of the sword, by the right, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, Salakio, hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Because thou hast said, These two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord Yahweh was there. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, all right, against us the Israelites, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, They are laid desolate, they are given to us to consume. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, When the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate, right? And the whole earth will rejoice when the children of Israel are in rulership, when Yahushua returns. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, Edom, so-called white people, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. So this is coming on to you, Edomites, man. You're going into slavery, and then you shall face this judgment from the Lord. Obadiah verse 18, And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So after the 1,000 years of slavery, bondage, captivity under the Israelites, you will face this judgment where there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken it. And with that, I like to say, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Shemeshai by Shemakah Kodash. Wa abad babal. Shalom.